these are the supplies that you're going to need to make your Pop-Tart pillow. So first I have 2 sheets of this tan felt that are going to form the crust of the Pop-Tart. I also have a piece of sticky back felt that has just like kind of, it peels and sticks like a sticker. I have selected the color white. You could also use pink, or you could use purple, or like a dark brown, or chocolate, whatever strikes your fancy. I have Pompons that I'm going to use as my sprinkles. You could also use buttons or fabric paint, embroidery thread, whatever you want to use will work. But I'm choosing to go with Pompons. With the Pompons in particular, you kind of have some options on how you want to adhere them. So you could use hot glue, you could use fabric glue, or you could use a needle and thread. And that's something that you're going to need no matter how you decide to adhere your sprinkles. So this, your thread needs to be in the same color as your crust or close to it. You're also going to want a needle, and this one is kind of a wider eye. This part right here is big enough that the end of the embroidery floss will fit through better. You're also going to want to have a pair of scissors. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to actually begin by removing the sticky stuff from my brown pieces of felt, throwing those away. And I'm also going to remove, I'm going to cut this little thing that is holding that label on to my belts. So the first thing that I'm going to want to do is kind of cut out this frosting felt and adhere it to your first crust piece. So I'm going to kind of do kind of like an organic shape. I basically want to take up most of the space. So I'm going to peel the back off of that. Stick that down on my Pop-Tart. So there is your main piece. And then what I'm going to do is start adhering my Pompons. So I'm going to get out my hot glue gun for that. So my glue gun is nice and heated up. I've got glue stick in there. They do make glue sticks specifically for like fabric, but I'm just going to use a super hold one, and I'm going to pull out some sprinkles here. So now you're going to sew your pillow together. So you're going to be using a very specific kind of stitch called a blanket stitch. And I'm going to kind of start over here in the corner, and I'm going to pull it up here so you can see but I'm going to go in the middle. I've tied a knot in the end of my string, and I'm going to go in like so and pull it all the way through. Okay, and then the only thing that makes this special, okay, it works like this. You are going to go and kind of go through back where you started. But before you go back around, like you can just go around, that's called a whip stitch. But a blanket stitch is going to kind of finish your edges a little bit nice. So you're just taking that needle and going back through that little loop that you started to make. And then it looks kind of like that. And then you're going to keep doing that. You want to kind of try to space everything as evenly as possible. Going through, taking that needle back through. Okay. And you're going to keep doing that. So I'm just going to do a couple more so you can kind of see what it looks like, and then I'll finish it off camera. You can see how it kind of finishes that edge up there, and then how nice it looks there. It's going to make everything nice and even, and you're going to go all the way around the perimeter of your Pop-Tart. But you're also going to want to leave about this much at the end for the stuffing.